Addiction, choice or disease? Well, according to the CDC, addiction can be characterized as a treatable chronic medical disease involving complex interactions among brain circuits, genetics, the environment, and an individual's life experiences. Here, the CDC clearly acknowledges that addiction is classified as a disease. However, given this, when people share their experiences online, this definition can be misinterpreted through different posts.
Okay, as Lauren was saying, one of these such posts is this one right here, talking about how addiction is indeed a habit. However, as we just saw with the CDC, it goes against that definition. There are two important things to bring up here, stating about the science versus feeling aspect of the issue. Addiction personally affects everyone differently based on how susceptible they're born into its effects and the length of use. However, these factors, as well as their personal willpower and support system needed to get out of the addiction, again, varies from person to person. What does not vary are the scientific aspects. Addiction affects the same receptors on everybody, and with enough time, anyone can become addicted and eventually grow resistant to opioid drug effects. While addiction is a habit, it also has scientific roots that make it just as much a disease as a habit. In addition, it's important to talk about how addiction as a word in our culture is overused. While addiction to caffeine versus addiction to an opioid drug may both use the word addiction, an addiction to caffeine might be more similar to, like this post is saying, more closer to a habit, while opioid drug addiction is something much more severe and should be used and talked about as a disease.
Informational social media posts can come in many different forms, such as videos, articles, or infographics. There are 7 different ways that a post can be beneficial for healthcare. A post can raise public awareness, combat misinformation, communicate information during crises, expand the reach of existing resources, answer commonly asked questions, and promote citizen engagement. In this Twitter post, we see that Reviving You Recovery House acknowledges addiction is a disease and is trying to reach out to those who are in need of recovery. Reviving You is trying to raise public awareness about their services and how they can help, as well expand their resources to the public.
Addiction is a sensitive topic. It is important to be able to distinguish the correct terminology when understanding the definition. As I mentioned earlier by the CDC, addiction is clearly a disease, and when a viewer comes across social media posts regarding the information, it is very important and vital for them to be able to just have skepticism before believing everything they read regarding the topic.